live from Melbourne. It is so good to see you two. Yay.
Hi.
Hi, how are you? Good to see you.
Really good. Looking forward to the Christmas season because the ads started straight after Halloween and we're in the thick of it. Now, like we said, A Christmas Carol and the story of Scrooge is so loved. Why do you think it stood the test of time?
Oh, well, it's a classic story of redemption, really. And also, Dickens was right. He wrote it at a time when he really wanted to reflect the awful, awful things that were going on with the poverty-stricken people, like, you know, Bob Cratchit's character in London at the time. So, but you know, we're all human, and you know, there are bad guys and good guys, and it's just lovely watching what happens to Scrooge during the course of the story and this show.
Oh, it's beautiful, it really is. Deborah, we've seen you on our screens in everything from Home and Away to 5 Bedrooms. Is this the first time you've played a ghost?
I've played a dead mother in an MTC production, so I guess that could be considered a ghost. But this is, yeah, the Ghost of Christmas Past is a symbolic thing in the way that Dickens has written the story. So, because there's Ghost of Christmas Past, Christmas Present and Christmas Future. And they're the ones who take Scrooge through his journey, through his life, leading to his eventual redemption. So it's fun, and the way that it's been styled is, you'll have to, yeah, just come and see it. The design Rob Howell, the designer, has done is just exquisite. You'll see how the ghosts work. It's
been directed by Matthew Warchus, who is probably well known to people because he directed the initial version of Matilda, the musical, and has just finished directing the film version of it as well. And Jack Thorne is the writer, and they got together and said, let's do a version of A Christmas Carol. And they were like, well, why do we need another version of A Christmas Carol? I mean, the Muppets just nailed it, so why do we need to do another one? But I think what audiences will find is a beautiful, classic kind of interpretation of the original text with beautiful, classic kind of theatrical elements, like a true kind of chorus ensemble that kind of revolve around the Scrooge character. But also some really modern kind of stage techniques that really kind of bring it into the modern age.
And the music is extraordinary. They're carols that everybody knows.
Yeah.
But Christopher Nightingale's arrangement of them, like, we were in a really ordinary rehearsal room and we were weeping, we were singing it. So
yeah.
It was, it's pretty extraordinary. For something to work so well in a rehearsal space means that it's pretty special. And
I think it's also, after the whole COVID experience, I feel like this is the first year that people really just have like, let's do Christmas. You know,
Yeah.
I think it's time where people just say, let's go and really celebrate Christmas. And that's what this show is. It's a real celebration.
Well, don't forget, there was no carolling for a very long time during the pandemic.
No.
Yeah, you weren't allowed to sing in church. But, Bernard, this has such a brilliant cast as well. Of course, your good selves. David Wenham is playing Scrooge. What's he like? Is he scary?
Yeah.
At the start, yes.
Yeah, it's been lovely and a real privilege watching and working alongside David as he's developed the character. And he's because he said in an article recently that he enjoys prowling the stage, and that he's a theatre animal, which we all are. You know, we do telly, but we're also very comfortable on stage as well. But I think people forget that because they don't see it that often. But David is a real theatre animal, and watching his Scrooge, there's one scene he has where I've cried. I thought I'll cry the first time, and then each time he does it, I cry exactly the same amount of tears. So, yeah, he's extraordinary.
And the great thing about David also is that he's just jumped in and become part of the ensemble, and rather than being the kind of the star of the show or the central character of the show, he's really just joined in with I mean, it's real family, isn't it?
Yeah,
This is our surrogate mother right here. But he's really become part of the family, and it is a true ensemble piece where all of it's truly the sum of its parts, and every performer brings something unique and wonderful to the show, which is just amazing.
The youngsters are so freaking talented, like amazing, they're just gobsmackingly talented and a joy to be around. So it's Yeah, I keep saying the words very special, but it really is. It's for recommended for 8 years and over because there are some darker elements that little kids might not be able to handle.
Also, it's the Dickensian language as well that sort of might go over some of the younger audiences' heads. But
it's fun and it's dark and it's happy and it's incredibly uplifting. That the music and everything is uplifting.
Yeah. When you say 8NOVA, though, it's that sort of production that could get those 8, 10, 12-year-olds into the theatre for the first time and addicted for life with a bit of luck.
If that's the first theatre experience someone between sort of 8 and 14 or 15 has, it would be a mind-blowing experience for them to have and just go, well, this is what theatre can be. It's really, even for us who, I guess you could call us seasoned campaigners, but it's blowing our minds as well in terms of the experience of just putting on this show.
Well,
it's
you had that story about what David said. You know, he said about wanting to watch it.
Yeah, I mean, David said of all the theatre productions he's ever been involved with, this is the one that he would most like to watch as an audience member.
Oh, great.
Can't wait to see it, guys. If you would like to as well, head to christmascarolaustralia.com.au for tickets to A Christmas Carol in Melbourne. Deborah Lawrence and Bernard Curry, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. See ya.
Good to see you.
Bye.
Suckers.
Bye-bye.